The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-grind them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing to it. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. How many of you guys are locked into the market? How many of you guys are ready to rock and roll? How many of you guys are looking forward to this altcoin season that's here? That's here. We're in altcoin season. We're here. We're definitely here. Will it last? I don't know. We're going to play it out. We're going to see. Only time will tell. But, yo, we're here. How many of you guys are locked in this Monday morning? And how many of you guys have profit-taking strategy that's going to lead you to success? And how many people are going to round trip this market and hold everything up and hold everything down? We ain't round tripping nothing around here. We have profit-taking strategy. We're going to take profits during this bull run. We're going to do all of that, guys. So let's go. Let's look at this thing. Let's do our thing. Let's get into it, man, because this market, this cryptocurrency market is absolutely on fire. Altcoins are moving. Everything's moving. The financial system itself is changing right in front of your face, and people don't even realize what's going on. The normie people don't even realize what's going on. With the Genius Act being passed, you see multiple people, big institutions start to come in, start to talk about utilizing stable coins to move money across borders, start to do all this stuff, start to integrate it into their business. Yo, the blockchain revolution is here. The banking revolution is here. This is the new frontier, guys. So what is going on with crypto, and are you guys in this thing? Are you guys in it, and are you guys ready to take profits? Or are we so married to our crypto that we're going to round trip this thing? I don't think so, guys. I don't think so. And the revolution has started. It is here. And we are in altcoin season. This is altcoin season, guys. Like I said, is this the big altcoin season that everybody's been looking for? I don't know. We're going to play it out. We're going to see. We're going to love it while it's here. We're going to take profits while we're here. We're going to do everything while we're here. And yo, we're gonna ride this bad boy till the wheels fall off. That's what we're about to do. So let's see who's up in the building today. Let's see who's up in the building this morning. So let's go. Good morning, Art. Good morning, to Junior. What's going on, my brother? Good morning, Curtis. One like. Well, that's right. Even if you're watching, go ahead and like the stream. I can see how many people are watching. Go ahead and like the stream. We should be way above 1. Let's go. Good morning, my man Curtis. My man Junior's in the building. My man Junior. They're up. They're at it. They're ready to take profits. They know what the deal is. They know that this blockchain revolution is here. They know what's going on. They know what's up. Scottish, what's up? What's going on? Scottish got in the dough. I got in the doji this week, and I didn't get a chance to hit you back. But, yo, I got in. We got the chart. We're going to look at it. We're going to do our thing. Definitely got in. Definitely on the move. Definitely a good project. But, yeah, so we in there. Oh, you ring chat, RJ. Come on, Curtis. What's up, man? What's up, Ken? Good morning, my brother. Good early afternoon to you. How are you, man? How are you, my brother? Let's go. Let's wake up. Ken's up. Ken's up. Ken's after it as well. Got my man RJ. I mean, got my man Ken in the building. Got my man Curtis in the building. Got my man Scottish in the building. Everybody's up this Monday morning. We are doing it. Dang, we doing this damn thing, baby. Crypto is the future, guys. I mean, you can see it with the Genius Act. And I'm telling you guys right now, when we get this cryptocurrency regulation passed, it's going to be game, set, match. You know, it's going to be game, set, match. And it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time before this thing happens. Crypto's running. You know, crypto's in a sprint, baby. And I encourage everybody have your profit taking strategy on point. Know when you're going to take profits. You sell once floods of yeah, Scottish. That's when you sell. When all the retail money really starts to flood in here, right? When all the retail money's buying the top and they're really starting to talk about it, and everybody's really like, oh my God, crypto. That's when you sell. That's when you start to look at your at taking a lot of profits. You know, yeah. So that's when you get in. I got in this weekend. We in Scottish. Got the chart. We in. So we'll have a look at it. I think it's gonna be. You know, I was looking at Doji and I was looking at SPX 6900. They kind of on the same trajectory. So kind of like what I'm seeing over there. We're gonna monitor the chart, see what's up. Got my entry point and got in, and we're gonna do it. James, what's going on? Good morning, my brother. Good morning. We up, we at it. We loving the market right now, guys. Come on. This is man, we've been through a nasty ass bear market for like 3 to 4 years, right? Now you guys should be excited. Everybody should be excited. The bear market's been so long, so nasty. Everybody should be excited. Everybody should love what's going on right now. But just know that this is just the start, right? Like this is just the start, right? Like it's not the end. It's just the beginning. And like I said, how long will this altcoin season last? I don't know. Is this the epic altcoin season that we all been waiting for? Is this that super cycle we've been talking about? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's to be in the market, and that's to ride the market, and that's to see what happens, right? Everybody can predict and put predictions out there, but nobody knows until the market actually performs. But guess what? We are where we are, and we are making moves, and everything is looking good. And if you were in it, as long as we were in it during this bear market, your bag should be looking absolutely phenomenal. So let's go ahead. Let's get into this thing, baby. Yo, I got 40 something people watching this thing between X and YouTube. Smash that like button, smash that share button, smash that subscribe button if you're not here. If you guys want to trade crypto like we trade crypto too, there's a link to BTCC in the description box. You guys can buy and sell futures like crazy over there. That's where I do the majority of my future trading. Yeah, that's right, Junior. Hit that like button. That's where we put in our longs. That's where we put in our shorts. That's where we do that. That's where we do our thing. Like waiting for the pullback from 16K. Pullbacks, baby. Pullbacks. I don't see a pullback coming back. I'll tell you this. This is my thought. The days of us ever seeing a 30K Bitcoin again, it would have to be a catastrophe in order for that to happen. A catastrophe. Heat, what's going on? Good morning, baby. Good morning. It would have to be a catastrophe for that to happen. I think them days have long passed. And if you didn't get into Bitcoin at 16K, you didn't get into Bitcoin at 30K, you didn't get into Bitcoin at 40K, and if you didn't get into Bitcoin at 70K, you missed it. But if you know where Bitcoin's going, you really you miss them gains, but you're still good. You're still good. Fairground, what's going on, man? What's going on? Good morning. Good early afternoon to you, my brother over there in the EU doing his thing. Up with us, man. Up with us. Welcome, man. It's my boy Fairground there. Never see 50 again. Curtis, you're right. You'll never see 50 again. I don't think you'll there's too much institutional investment. You'll never see 50 again in BTC. It'll never happen. Right? Them days have passed you by. You know, and pretty soon when Ethereum gets these ETFs rolling and everything else, and they're starting, boy, them Ethereum ETFs are starting to heat up, man. There's going to be times where you're going to look at it and be like, man, 1,500. Them days have passed you by. They passed you by. And, XRP is going to be in the same situation. Solana's going to be in the same situation. XRP is going to be in the same situation. You're going to look back at these prices and be like, man, they pass us by. They gone. Because now when this executive order comes into place that Trump's going to sign here pretty soon, where it's going to make it even easier for people to put cryptocurrency in their retirement plans here in the United States, there's going to be a lot of price points that pass you by. There's going to be a lot, baby, a lot. And, people, it is the days of your traditional markets here in crypto are gone. They're gone. Be lucky to get down to 85K for Bitcoin. Yeah. I mean, you can get to 80K barring a disaster, but it's going to be tough. You're going to have multiple events in order for you to get there. Multiple events. XRP $10 this cycle could he could do 10, depending on how the spot ETFs take off. Could do 10. Solana's at 191. Yes, and believe it or not, it's good to see Solana at 191 because Solana's lagged the market on this big push up. So they're catching up. And how about that Bonk Launchpad that just came out? And they're giving out rev share. Well, that's why Bonk is taking off. They released the Launchpad over there, and they're giving out rev share to the devs, and they're killing pumped out funds volume right now. So Bonk came out and just dropped a hammer on that Launchpad cycle over there. Dropped the hammer. Yeah, I think you're right, Scottish. I think ETH is about to rip, and BTC is going to trade sideways for a little while, just for a little while, and then it'll have a big pump up. But I think ETH is about to rip. ETH is about to just absolutely. ETH has the ability. Let me say this: ETH has the ability to just go absolutely apeshit. You know what I mean? It does. That's a tall task there, Junior, for XRP to hit that price point. That's a tall task. It's crypto. Anything's possible. But let's get to $5 first, right? Let's get to $5 first. ETH's doing well too. Yeah, ETH's doing really well. ETH's about to rip. Solana, I think, is gonna rip too. But Bonk is when Bonk launched that launchpad over there, man, that's why the Bonk token has been going absolutely crazy. Everybody, the Bonk token's up 20, 30, 40%. Yeah, because they're giving out rev share over there on their launchpad. And they're taking a lot of stuff from Pumped Out Fund. They're taking a lot of value. A lot of people are launching over there. You heard the Nasdaq. Nasdaq trading is well, yeah. They're trying to move all trading to blockchain, right? That's one of the things that Robinhood's trying to do as well. A lot of these trading platforms and stuff are trying to move to 24-hour trading, and the only way that they can really do that is on a blockchain, and that's why you're talking. That's why you're still. That's why you're still thinking. That's why you're still hearing like tokenized assets, put them on a blockchain, because that's the only way that they can get to 24-hour trading. So it's gonna happen, right? But you need this cryptocurrency regulation bill to get passed in order for that to happen. But it'll get passed. It'll get passed. There's a lot of big people behind it. Money talks, bullshit walks, and there's going to be a lot of money. Still thinking ETH will 10x from here in this bull run. Probably not, Ken. I think it's good for 7-8K maybe right now. We'll see what happens, but right now that's kind of where I got it sitting. 10x from here, probably it'll put it at 37,000. I don't know. That's a tall task. Let's get to 7-8K first. Josh, good morning. Good morning, my brother. Good morning. How are you? Selmo's bro. Where is Selmo at this morning? Yeah, a 10x for ETH right now it's a tall task. We'll see. It's got to have a lot of ETF volume, and people got to really start stocking it away in their 401k. Then a 10x. Then you can get a 10x off it. That's going to be pretty rough though. From this point into ETH is going to need a lot of things to fall into place for it to 10x. But that Clarity Act is where it's at right now. You get that Clarity Act right now, and you're going to start seeing institutional money flow into this market, unlike you've ever seen it before. I mean, right now with the stablecoin bill, you're seeing a crap ton of institutional money start to flow in, right? You're seeing businesses start to adopt. You're seeing banks start to come out with their own stablecoin, or start to talk about coming out with their own stablecoins. You see a lot of these things start to fall into place, right? That Clarity Act is going to bring in a whole another group of institutional investors that are already here. They're already buying crypto right now. They're already here. BlackRock's already here, with Ondo and people like that. But when that Clarity Act passes, you're going to see a big inflow of institutional money. It's going to pump up RWAs, and you're going to see money, baby. You're going to see a lot of money, and you're going to see the stock market start to move to blockchain, because they got to go 24-hour trading. Like in order for them to really compete with cryptocurrency, in order for them to really compete with the markets that everybody wants, they have to have 24-hour trading. You can't close at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time every day and get the volume that you want, or trade like people want, right? Like people want. So ETH is so expensive, Ken. ETH is expensive. But what you're seeing right now is you're seeing a rotation of ETF money. You're seeing, well, not even a rotation. I don't want to say it's a rotation because it's not. But you're starting to see a bunch of people put a crap ton of money into the Ethereum ETFs, which will pump the Ethereum price. Yeah, Selmo, you're right. The Clarity Act. That's where it's at. That's the next big catalyst in crypto, is the Clarity Act. Your 10x was at 2,500. That's 25K. So I don't think it'll get to 25K. I think ETH's gonna have a good run though. ETH's about to go on a nasty run here. I think. ETH and Solana. I think Solana's gonna go on a nasty run too. Tentaquill, what's up, my guy? My guy. What's going on, brother? Yo, if you guys ain't checked out Tentaquill, go check out Tentaquill, man. That's my guy right there. That's my guy. But yeah, So, I'm telling you guys, my boy Tentaquil, he's doing he's good dev right there. Just getting his project off the ground. Good dev right there. But let's get into some of these markets. Let's have a look. Let's see what's going on. Asian markets, uh, they're not trading. They didn't trade that well last night. European markets woke up. They didn't trade that well either. It's Monday. I don't expect anything more or anything less. The United States pre-markets, they're all in green. Look good right now. We'll see what happens when they actually open up. Got this tariff stuff going on over here. Looks like the EU is really trying to cut a deal with the United States, which is good because they need to. You know, you know, much love. Always, brother, always. But looks like the EU is trying to cut a deal. They should. It's you know, we gotta get that stuff behind us. That's the other thing too. We got to get a lot of this other stuff behind us, and we're gonna get rate cuts. At some point here, probably September, and we'll see. That's gonna send the markets in the short term. That'll send the markets. If you're hoping for 25K 25K ETH, just yeah, ETH is, I mean, there's a lot of money to move ETH, but a 10x on ETH right now is probably not probably not realistic, right? But there's good money. ETH will make people good money, and that's where that rotation is going to happen, right? You'll see that rotation, and you'll see it come down into the altcoins. I think it's going down to, you guys know how I feel. I think this. I think we're going to go into a super cycle. I think the super cycle is going to. It started with Bitcoin. It's going to move to ETH in Solana, in some of the bigger players, and then we're going to look at it and we're going to say, probably the ISO 2022 coins are going to take off. Your quants, your XRPs, your XLMs, your H bars. When H bar gets their ETF that's coming out at some point soon, you'll see H bar absolutely go ape shit as well. But you'll see your H bars, you'll see all that stuff happen, and then you'll start to see the rest of these altcoins really start to make a move. And then you're gonna have a short. You'll have a meme coin pump after that. But I don't think the meme coin pump's going to be as long as everybody thinks it's going to be. And by that, I mean the real low market cap memes. I think you're going to see that pump. It's going to last for a short period of time, and then people will rotate. They'll rotate back into Bitcoin. See, here's the game right now. Right now, the game is how much Bitcoin can you get? Right, that's the game. Right, people are taking all their profits and putting it in Bitcoin. That's the game right now. But we've been here for so long. We've been through this bull market for 3 to 4 years. That, you know what I mean. Like this altcoin season that we're just tiptoeing in, that everybody's so hyped about. Like your bag should be so high right now because we've been in this thing for so long. You should be making some good money because you've been buying this thing at rock bottom or close to rock bottom, right? So this altcoin season, we're just waiting for big retail money to come in here so we can go ahead and exit the market, right? That's what we're waiting for. Yeah, retail money's here, but retail money's not here in the way that retail money will be coming here. Oh, Selma, you ain't lying. Those that say XRP to 10K are the ones that'll exit the market when XRP reaches $10. Yeah. A 10K XRP, a lot's got to happen in order for XRP to get to 10K. A lot's got to happen. I mean, it's going to be a lot. I mean, and they got to start with burning a whole crap ton of supply. I can tell you that. They're not going to get there with the supply that they had. Glenn, what's going on? What's going on, family? What's going on, my brother? What's good, man? We talking about everything that's good, baby, right now. But yeah, XRP gonna have to burn a whole lot of supply for it to reach the 10K. Their supply, they got a lot of supply. It's hard to move that market cap with that much supply up to 10K. Market cap matters. Market cap matters. Bitcoin will have to crash. Yeah, Bitcoin's got to crash. So Ethereum will have to crash too. But yeah, the crypto stocks are doing well. But let's go ahead. Let's go look at this crypto market. Let's see where we're at. Let's see what we're at. Let's see what we got going on over here. Stock market really in the United States over here and in the EU, they're just getting started for the week. So it really doesn't make a lot of sense to look at that. They're just getting started for the week. But let's see where we're at in the stock market, baby. Let's see where you guys are talking about first. So does liquidity matter? Liquidity matters. Market cap matters. Liquidity matters. It all matters, right? Liquidity matters, but your supply matters as well, because your supply is a big deal. That's why you don't want to see tokens come out with a bunch of zeros, right? Because it takes a lot of tokens. People got to buy a lot of tokens in order to move them zeros, right? And that's a lot of supply, right? Supply and demand, right? It's all about supply and demand, supply and demand. If you got a lot of zeros when you're launching, that means you got a lot of tokens. That means you have to move a lot of tokens in order to move your market cap, and that's a tough sell. You know, that was the thing way back in the last bull run. We ain't doing that no more. Like, people ain't doing that no more. They don't want to see 7, 8, 9 zeros on a project. Nobody wants to see that anymore. That's a fad. That's a thing that happened in the past. But yeah, get over here. This Bitcoin market fear and greed index sitting at 67, ticked down just a little bit, which is okay. On the weekend, you would expect that. But look at altcoin season, baby. 57 out of 100. We're no longer tipping at that 50% mark. We're at 50. We're at 57 out of 100, right? So this thing is absolutely moving to the middle, a little bit over the middle here. We're definitely at altcoin season. This market cap sitting at $3.94 trillion. We're going to see this market cap at 9 trillion. This market cap is going to be between $8 and $9 trillion. My estimate. That's just my estimate. Clocking in. All right, Junior. Have a great Monday, man. Have a great Monday. That's my estimate of where this market cap is going to be before we start to head to the downside here, between 8 and 9 trillion, somewhere up in there. We got to see what's passed. I know that's a broad range, but you got to look and see what the Clarity Act, when that's going to get passed, what that's going to do, how far real world tokenized assets is going to take off here before we get a downturn. So that's why I put that. There's $1 trillion caveat in there, right? You look at the inflows of ETF money. Not a lot's changed here since Friday because the markets aren't open. But I keep drawing your guys' attention. Look at on Friday what Bitcoin did and what the Ethereum ETF did. It's almost a 50-50 split right here, right? So look at all the way back here when we were looking at it. The Ethereum ETF couldn't keep up with the Bitcoin ETF. The Bitcoin ETF was just blowing it right out of the water. You know, it wasn't even close, right? Now you're getting over here and you're starting to see a 50-50 split here. And you're starting to see, look at this big split here. On a day where the volume was up over $1 billion. Ethereum performed really, really well. They performed really, really, really well there. So look at this Ethereum ETF really starting to take off. And it's not going to be long before you start to see, I'm surprised that they haven't put the Solana ETF in here yet and started to calculate its volume, but it's not going to be long before you start to see multiple ETFs sitting up here for this ETF volume. And you're going to see these things not only at $1 billion, but you're going to see the volume on these ETFs tick up to multiple billions and billions of dollars per day, which is going to push that token price. Because remember, these ETFs are important because they got to be backed 1-to-1, right? So if a bunch of people are buying the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, guess what? They got the people that are holding them have to go out there on the open market and buy Ethereum and Bitcoin if they don't have it in the reserves in order to back these things 1-for-1. They're going to have to start doing the same thing with Solana. They're going to have to start doing the same thing with XRP. They're going to have to start doing the same thing with HBAR when all of them come out, right? So when you look at it, these things got to be backed 1-for-1. So that's the beauty of these ETFs. And people don't put enough stock in these ETFs because they have to be backed 1-for-1. And that's the beauty of it. And the downside to that, though, is when these ETFs don't have volume, like they don't have over here, right? Like they lost this volume over here, right? So people were selling off on these things, right? Well, guess what? They can the ETF holders can also the ETF custodians can also sell off on their Bitcoin, right? Because they don't need it, because they don't need it to be back one for one. So they're selling off on it here as people sell their ETFs. They're buying it back over here, and this game continues, and this nasty cycle continues, and that's how they're manipulating the market. But you got to know the game you're playing, and if they're manipulating the market off of these ETFs, then you got to look at the ETF volume, and you got to know, okay, the market's being manipulated. I can get in now and ride this thing up. But here's the other important thing. Look at the Bitcoin dominance, 59.9%, under 60%, guys. And then look at the Ethereum dominance, 11.6%. This is signaling altcoin season right here, right? This is signaling altcoin season, which is a monster move. And then we're going to come over here. This is why I'm saying we're in altcoin season. Before we were tiptoeing around it, right? We're tiptoeing, but now we're in it. Look at the total three, right? This is everything minus Bitcoin, Ethereum. Look at where this thing came. We started talking about this thing way down here about 700 billion, right? This thing's up to $1.07 trillion. It's you put it on the Fibonacci, it's all the way up there in the blue zone, right? It's all the way up there. It's all the way up here in the blue zone. It's at this one level. We're going to be a price discovery here in a minute. And when we go to price discovery on this thing and we get up in here in this red zone, and we'll be here. We'll be here. You're looking at 1.7 trillion right around there for us to get there. And when we get there, you're going to see your altcoins are going to be absolutely on fire. Ondo's that ticket. I'm telling you, Scottish, Ondo's that ticket. When they start tokenizing stocks and stuff like that, Ondo's going to be on the forefront. And they're linking up with other blockchains right now in order to move their treasuries over there. But what people forget is Ondo's actually coming out with its own blockchain at some point. They've already tested it with JP Morgan. So it's coming. And when that comes, explosion for Ondo. I'm a huge Ondo supporter. Love Ondo. I think Ondo is one of the biggest underrated cryptos on the market right now. So yeah, when you look at this dominance and then you go look at total three, this is your altcoins are moving. People always say, well, when's the altcoin season coming? When's altcoins moving? Look, they're moving now. They're moving now. Right now. Right now is they're moving. Right now is altcoin season. Right now they're moving. So you can either wait until altcoin season, is like halfway over and get in, but you're here now. Altcoins are moving now. Altcoins, for us that have been here for a while, we've been in altcoin season since right here, right? We've been in it since like 915 billion right here, right? We've been in altcoin season since right here. So our altcoin season should have already kicked off because we were buying when the market cap was down here in the red. We were buying altcoins. So our altcoin, we've already been in altcoin season. Yeah, it's been a little shaky, but we've already been there. We've already been there. Ondo's your biggest bag, James. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. But people ask all the time, altcoin season, when's altcoin season? If you were here the whole bull market, you've been in altcoin season for about a month now. You've been there. You're just waiting for the rest of the retail to catch up so you can go ahead and exit. And that's just the truth. That's the honest to God truth. We've been here. Chronos up to $12. 12 cents. We were talking about that thing at 7 cents. Retails right now is coming in buying at 12 cents. You've been in altcoin season. BSC's moving on chain. They're the number one on chain mover. $4.9 billion over the weekend. That's a hell of a weekend. Ethereum, 3.2 billion over the weekend. That's a hell of a weekend. That's a hell of a weekend for Ethereum right there. Usually Ethereum's doing about 2 billion on a weekend. It's 3.2 billion. That's a hell of a weekend. NFTs are moving on Ethereum right now for some reason. NFTs, I don't know if they're out there just testing them for real world tokenized assets, but NFTs have kicked up on the Ethereum network. Solana, $2.5 billion on a Sunday. That's good money right there. That's good. That's good volume right there. Base, 1.3 billion on a weekend. Anytime Base can do over $1 billion on a weekend, that's a good day. That's a good day for Base. So nobody should be complaining about the Base volume right now. It's $1.3 billion on a Sunday. Arbitrum doing its thing. 698 million right now. Arbitrum's going to take off. Why is Arbitrum going to take off? Because Robinhood's getting ready. Robinhood is using Arbitrum to move its tokenized stocks, and they're getting ready to build a layer two on top of Arbitrum. That's why Arbitrum's going to move. Arbitrum ain't no joke right now. They're moving. They're moving shit. Let's go ahead. Let's look at the bubbles real quick. Not bad. CFX took off because of they launched a couple. Their stable coin. They're getting ready to launch a stable coin over there. CFX took off. Everybody's trying to get in and front run that stable coin. So yeah, looks CFX looks good. I missed this run, missed this pump. Can't be in them all, right? But yeah, this thing absolutely went crazy. But yeah, on the day, everything looks good. Bitcoin sitting at 118 and a half right now, which is good for Bitcoin. It's trading sideways. We'll look at the Bitcoin chart here in a minute. You'll see it's just trading straight sideways. But look at Ethereum up to $3,823. Ethereum is absolutely on a damn move since last night. XRP broke that $3.50 up to $3.55 on the move. It's on the damn move again. It's on the damn move again. AVAX, you're right, Scottish. I was going to get to AVAX. AVAX has underperformed the market, but it's starting to catch up to the market. So AVAX is in a hell of a catch-up trade right now, and AVAX will end up being the number one gaming blockchain in cryptocurrency. Mark my words on that. It will be the number one gaming blockchain in crypto. There is no doubt in my mind about that. I think Sui's going to do a lot of big things when it comes to gaming. And they're going to come out with it. They're trying to come out with a gaming box to make it a little bit easier for the normies and all of that stuff. And I like Sui. You guys know I own Sui. I think it's going to be a tremendous mover. I think this thing's going to rocket ship up the charts in this bull run. But I do not think that it's going to do better gaming than AVAX. I don't. I think eventually over time it may, but it's not going to be this bull run. It's not going to be this one. Cardano is absolutely on a rocket ship up to 90 cents. Look at Dogecoin broke a key resistance level on Sunday night, and it's absolutely been on a rocket ship as well. So we are going to see where Doge goes. What do I think about what, Curtis? Rowan? Don't really know a lot about it, Curtis. Here's where I think we're headed, Heat. Here's what I think is going to happen. I can tell you exactly what I think is going to happen right now when it comes to price action. We're going to go on a rocket ship, right? We're going to hit this altcoin season. We're going to go on this rocket ship, right? Into July. We're going to cool off in August, right around beginning of August, somewhere up in there. September, October, maybe even October, November, and December, we're going to go back on a rocket ship, right? Going into 2026, we're really going to go on a rocket ship because you're going to get that clarity bill. And when you get that clarity bill, and you see this institutional money start to come in from that clarity, and I think you're going to see that late 25, early 26, that's when you're going to see this run that takes place that is going to be absolutely crazy. And here's one of the reasons why I think we'll cool down for a minute, right? because you have to know this game, right? You got to know the game you're playing in order to win the game. You can't be in a game that you don't understand and say, well, I think I'm going to win, right? There's going to be some tax harvesting that's going to happen here at the end of the year. And this happens. It's a real thing. I know it's a real thing, and you can ask me privately why I know it's a real thing, probably because I participated in it as well, right? People have to file their taxes in January, right? January, February, up in there. So we got to take losses. We got to take losses somewhere, right? We got to show losses. We got to take losses somewhere in order to make this thing work, right? So people are going to be selling for losses. We can't take a lot of wins, right? Can't show a lot of wins without showing some losses. So we got to take some L's, right? For tax purposes. And how tax harvesting works is simple. Somebody will come in, they'll take a loss. Let's say you take a loss on AVAX. So you say, you know what, I need a $20,000 loss or a $2,500 loss. Well, you go in, you buy AVAX at its all-time high. I mean, you close to its all-time high. You sell it when it gets to its all-time high, right? That's a loss, right? You take that loss, you write it off on your taxes, and after January 1st, you instantly use that same money that you sold that AVAX at and come right back in behind it and buy it again, right? So you just moved your money. So there's going to be some selling pressure for tax harvesting. It's game on. It's game on. There's a couple catalysts that are going to put game on here, right? One of the catalysts is obviously we talked about it is the Clarity Act, right? The other one that's going to put game on is when this executive order gets signed, and they make it easier for people to invest in cryptocurrency and put it in a retirement plan. It's game on. Gotta go, guys. Ken, you leaving me, man? All right, man. Have a good one, Ken. Have a good one, brother. Go. You do your thing. Thoughts on Arweave? I think Arweave's a good project. How far will it run in this bull market? I don't know, but I think it's a good project. It's solid. It's solid, James. That's a solid project. But yeah, look at Chainlink up over $20 again, $20.11. Definitely doing good. But AVAX, guys, is one that's underperforming. You look at it right now, it's in at 26, 22. Definitely trying to catch the market. Trying to catch the market right now. H bar sitting at 28 cents. Absolutely moving. Absolutely moving. Wait until this ETF comes out as well. But you see Chainlink's been suppressed for so long that now that the suppression's coming off of it, that thing is absolutely on a rocket, right? It's on a rocket. Like what's going on. The other one that underperformed the market, people might want to take a flyer on, and if you're going to do it, you want to do it now, is probably Polkadot. It's $4.59 right now. Hasn't had a tremendous push to the upside like a lot of the other altcoins, right? Kind of lags behind. Same with FET. It's had a nice push up lately, but it's still under the market. Look at Pepe sitting at 40142. Want to see Pepe at 4015? I think is that next move to the upside. I think that's the next move right there. 15. Kronos is coming alive at 12 cents. At 12 cents right now, starting to come alive. So don't sleep on Kronos as well. And Kronos has underperformed the market very badly. So it has a catch up in it. It has a catch up in it. It's Kronos was down in the dumps. Told you to send me the CA, Glenn. You never sent me the CA. Send me the CA, Curtis. I'll look at it. But yeah. So when you look at Ando sitting here at 108 right now, moving, baby. We moving. So yeah, the market is definitely killing it right now, right? Look at this is the hour. I mean, this is the daily. You come over here, you look at the hourly. We are filling in very, very nicely on this hourly. Market is on the move, baby. But I'm telling you guys, watch out for Bonk. I'm telling you, watch out for Bonk because Bonk launched that launch pad over there on Solana. They're killing pump funds volume right now. They're giving out rev share right now over there for devs that are launching, something that Pump Fund did not do. And that's why they're killing their volume, man. They're giving out rev share. And I got to do some more research on how they integrated the Bonk token into that launch pad. But they definitely, that Bonk token, that's why it's been on fire, y'all. That's why it's been on fire. We got Quant over here doing his thing. Quant sitting up here. 120, Selmo. 120, let's go. Yeah, Bonk is on the move, baby. And Bonk, man, when Bonk launched when they dropped that launch pad on everybody's head and nobody was really prepared for that thing, yo, it sucked the life out of Pump.Fun. Sucked the life out of them. And, yo, that's the difference between, I'm not saying Pump.Fun's dead. It's not dead, but it damn sure ain't running Solana like it used to. It's not running like it used to. I can tell you that. But look at Quant, Selmo, 120, baby. $128.73 moving, baby. Quant's moving. Quant's another one that's gonna make a big run. Quant has the ability, and I'll go out on a limb and say it. It has the ability to 10x from where it is right now. Quant has the ability to be $1,000 project. It does. The other one that's absolutely on a rocket ship that we used to talk about all the time, we kind of backed off it a little bit, is Algorand, sitting at 30 cents. Sitting at 30 cents right now. When we first started talking about Algorand was sitting at next pennies. It got beat down to nothing, and now it's starting to move. Why is it starting to move? It's a United States-based company. You're gonna start seeing it. You're gonna start seeing it in a lot of these basket ETFs that are going to be coming out. It's getting ready to have regulatory clarity here in the United States. Algorand. So Algorand, Cardano, all them ones that we talk about that are based here about to get the most regulatory clarity that they got. Watch out for Algorand. I'm telling you right now. Watch out for Algorand. Algorand could make a nasty move here. Right underneath our noses, Algorand could make a nasty push up. ICP is actually starting to push up to $6.20. You want to talk about a project that came from that just absolutely got pooped on. Look at where this thing was less than a year ago, $15.31. It was over $100 in the last bull run. It's at $6.20. You want to talk about something that just absolutely got crapped on. ICP, I mean, that downfall that ICP took, that was a nasty downfall right there. Now, will it come back? We'll see. But you look at Pump over here. Pump token's not. I mean, it's not performing that well. I can tell you that it's not performing that well in this market where everybody's performing. I'm not here to FUD Pump.Fun, but I'm just saying, men lie, women lie. Numbers don't, baby. Numbers don't. Polygon's actually making a move as well. 26 cents. Definitely. Again, we started talking about that thing was next to nothing. SPX 6900, and that's my boy over there making a good move today too. Looking to scratch that $2 mark, baby. Looking to scratch that $2 mark. What we might look at that one here in a minute, Scottish. But let's go ahead. Let's get into some of these charts, all right? Let's look at some of these. Project that I did get into over the weekend. I touched on it earlier with Scottish. Was this DJI 6930 right here? Doji. That DOWGE. Doji. Right here. This thing's been on a nice ride, right? Newly launched, newer project over here, sitting at 5 cents, 5.9 right here. Um, right about where I got into it, just under this price point right here. Not too far, but you can see right here on the indicators, right? It's kind of in an overbought position right now, so you gotta expect some pullback. I expect this thing to pull back a little bit right here into the EMAs. Uh, it is I expect it to pull back a little bit into the EMAs because, like Scott said, it's up 50%, 50x in the last 50, it's up 50% in just the last 24 to 48 hours. I mean, 24 to 36 hours, somewhere up in there. So when you look at it, you look at this run, it's a 4-hour chart, right? So it's absolutely been on a rocket ship, right? So I expect this thing to kind of pull back into the EMAs, have just a little bit of a cooling off period, right? Much like you get when you're this high on the indicators, right? You get this high on the indicators, you come down here, you cool off just for a little bit, and then you make that next move to the upside, right? So I expect this thing just to cool off a little bit. I'm not worried about it. It's got great price action on it, got great volume on it too. So go check out this project. I did it, like I said, I spent my time, I did the research on it this weekend. It looks good. That's not to say that it's going to be, the next thing since sliced bread, right? But it's if it does what SPX 6900 did, because they're kind of got the same narrative. One being the S&P 500, one being the Dow Jones, and flipping that kind of got the same narrative. If they can pull some of that, it's gonna be okay. But yeah, definitely in an overbought territory right now. Look for this thing to pull back just a little bit, and that'll be your entry. That'll be your entry on the pullback. I don't expect it to pull back a lot, but I do expect to see a little bit of a pullback, kind of like this right here, right? You look at Sui is flashing buy signal right here. It's flashing the buy signal right here where we are right now. You see the flash down there. You see the buy signal right here. It's flashing the buy signal. About 4 hours ago, the signal came in. But this is kind of what you want to see from your crypto when you get your entrance, right? You want to see this. You want to see this indicator start to come down here underneath these lines right here. Anything underneath this point -5 is a good entry point. So you look at this thing under here. It came from an overbought to an oversold territory. When you get down here into this oversold territory that you're going to have some good price action coming back up. You should have some good price action coming back up, right? I don't want to say you will, you should, right? But so definitely this looks good. This setup right here looks good. And if you're playing futures on this, you can come in here right now, get a position, set your stop loss right around 374 right here, right around 374, and try to ride this indicator up. But yeah, Sui looks absolutely phenomenal for an entry. XRP, you start to see it had this run. You see this, you see the sideways action, had this run right here, trading sideways, not right now, pulling back down into the EMAs, right? So it's pulling back down a little bit. You can see it on the indicator as well. It's pulling back down a little bit. 351 again. It's going to pull back a little bit when you get to that overbought territory. Link is probably in the same situation. Yeah, it is. It's up here. Definitely Link where it's at $20.13 going to have a little bit of sell pressure on it. But you see it. It'll probably pull back into this EMAs right around $19 once it gets to be oversold, and definitely gonna move its way up here. With same situation here. Actually, we got a buy signal on with yesterday, right here. Yesterday, right there. So at like 101. It definitely got a buy signal right here yesterday. Been on a nice move to the upside. It's coming off of this oversold territory, getting ready to turn the corner here. Doing good, doing absolutely good. There you go, Daniel. All right, Glenn. I'll look at it and we'll bring it up just like we did Doji. We'll bring it up. We'll look right at the chart. Um, yeah, it's a celebration, but they still trying to get up to that market cap, Scottish. So yeah, WIF is looking really really good right now. It's looking really strong. Like it. Look at SPX 6900. When we pull SPX back, you look at this move to the upside that it's had here. Definitely setting these highs, right? Like looking to go back up to $2. Look at it. We got our buy signal right here. Definitely starting to move to the upside. So SPX got a lot of movement still to go in it. A lot of positive. All the indicators say that this thing's moving up past $2. You look at Solana, good situation here with Solana as well. You look at it, it's getting ready. It's coming down here into this oversold territory. What did we get on Solana the other day? Got a sell signal on Solana that got taken back right here. And now we're starting to move up, and that just shows some strength right here. So if you were going to play Solana right now down into the EMAs, you kind of want to set your stop loss right there. It looks like there's some strength right there, right there on the 187. Looks like there's a lot of buying pressure right there, 187. So definitely Solana looks like it's going to make a move today. Ethereum's definitely making a move today. $3,807 right now. You start to see it come down, starting to come down a little bit. People selling off a little bit. I wouldn't expect too big of a pullback on Ethereum today. Maybe just a tad bit. AVAX, we talked about this one before, underperforming the market, right? For a long time, it underperformed this market. Definitely starting to move to the upside. Look at that move that AVAX has put in on this candle right here. And this is the one that just came out yesterday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, up to $26.09 right now. AVAX is in a great situation. You see this buy signal right here flashing, right here. That thing is definitely flashing. So AVAX, all of AVAX's momentum is showing to the upside. Popcat, you guys know I like Popcat as a meme coin too. I like Pepe, I like Popcat. You know, the big ones, I like WIF, I like Bonk right now, you know, where they're at. But Pepe is my big one. I love Pepe. But Popcat, too, sitting at 43 cents right now, made a good move over the weekend. You see it got stuck right here in these moving averages. It just got stuck. It couldn't go anywhere between 38 and 40 cents. Busted out. You gained some strength here, busted out, and came back up to the 43-cent mark. Definitely down here in the oversold territory. That's why you got this buy signal on Sunday night. So definitely Popcat looks like it's got some big movement to the upside over the next couple of days. Jasmy coming to life. Again, a crypto that has underperformed the market, right? Underperformed badly and is now in this big, huge catch-up trade. Jasmy's in this big, huge catch-up trade right now, right? So here we are, you know, this thing was literally just trading sideways right here, right? And then it moved to the downside. It's just traded. Look at it. It just traded sideways forever, right? Just like laid sideways, right? Boom, boom, boom. Went on a little bit of a push up and then started to trade sideways again right here. And then just went on this monster run. Again, these are projects that are in these catch-up trades, right? And Jasmy just isn't no joke right now. This thing is moving. Axie Infinity is on. Okay, Axie's on there. Okay. I'm gonna look at that, Curtis. I'm gonna look at that. I'm gonna look at that when we get off stream and I get some time. I'm gonna look at it. We may cover it. Ondo on the move, right? Look at the strength of Ondo right now. Coming up, 108. Ando's another one. It just kind of laid dormant this whole time right here between 70 and 80 something cents. Just laid dormant right there. Boom, didn't move. And then all of a sudden went on this nice push up, consolidated a little bit. Now it's back on this nice push up again, right around 108. I can tell you guys right now, I think Ando's going to do all at $10. I think it's going to do all at $10. And I'm not even going out on a limb. I'm not even speculating. I'm not, that's not even a hard prediction to make. I think Ando's going to do all at $10, if not more. So the key here with Bitcoin is look at what Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin's just trading straight sideways, and it has for days, right? Got a little bit of a buy signal right here on Bitcoin that came in last night, but not a huge push up. But 118 right now. This is exactly what you want Bitcoin to do. You want Bitcoin to start cooling off a little bit. People will go crazy. Oh, Bitcoin's cooling off. It's cooling off. Oh my God. The market. No, you want Bitcoin to cool off. You want the Ethereum to pump. You want Solana to pump. You want the rest of these you want XRP to pump. You want that FOMO to start rolling down through these altcoins. And the only way that it can do that is if Bitcoin just kind of just takes a break for a minute and just trade sideways for a little while. And Bitcoin will make this next run. It will make this next move to the upside. It's just consolidating right now, getting ready to make that next big push, getting ready to make that next big move. It will happen. And it'll happen soon. But you need it to be right where it is right now, just in this sideways pattern. So the rest of these projects can start taking off. Airdrome, one of my bigger holdings right here in Airdrome. I love Airdrome. I'm sitting at 96 cents. I think Airdrome's got all of $30 written all over it. That's me speculating. I'm not a financial advisor. If you need one, seek one. But I think that Airdrome's got between a $25 and a $30 price tag on it right now. We'll see. XLM's been on a monster ride over here. You can see it. It's all the way up in here in the blue zone right now. Getting ready to probably go into price discovery here in a little while. XLM probably be sitting at 50 cents here pretty soon. Give it a little bit of time. Get back here, and we'll see. XLM's about to go on a run. It's just about to go on a run. Yeah, Curtis. I mean, I'm not a financial advisor. Like I said, if you need one, seek one. But I think Airdrome's got all $30 written all over it. Coinbase is gonna push the hell out of Airdrome. They're gonna push the hell out of it, and that's what you need. You need that catalyst. VVBot, you guys know I like to be VVBot. That underperforming, right? 1.2 million is probably where it's sitting at right now, underperforming. And then we added the Dowgy in here, and the DJI 6930 right here, sitting at 6 cents, back up to 6 cents. Starting to make a push up this morning. But like I said, if you're looking for an entry, look at your indicators. Wait for this thing to pull back a little bit. It will pull back, probably around 5 cents, 5.58, 5.5, somewhere up in there. That could be your entry point. And if you want to get in, it's over here on Sol. It's over here on Solana, and it could be your entry. You start to see on this 4 hour right now, it's putting together a little bit of a red candle. It'll probably pull back down here just a little bit because there's a lot of buy pressure on that. There's a lot of sell pressure on that, a lot. So, but I think it'll run. Like again, these projects, they need to cool off. They need a cool off period, right? People get so crazy when they think these charts are just supposed to go up and up and up. You need a cool off period, but this thing looks good. Looks solid. But yeah, these projects, man, they're definitely looking good. Like kind of where we are. We didn't get into a lot of news today because there's really not a lot of news to get into today. It's Monday, so there's really not a ton of news to get into right now. But as we move forward, we will get into some more news here. The week, as we move through the week, but these things are, this market is absolutely moving. You guys know I like Brian. I think this token right here has the ability to take off. We'll see, right? This is a low market cap. and it's either going to go or it's going to fail, one or the other. But it's a low market cap. We'll see where this one goes. Looking, I thought I had. FCK 69. I mean 92.50, 92.5. On the move. This thing's pumping. We talked about this one a couple weeks ago. This thing's pumping. 3.5 million right now. 3.5 million. This thing's pumping nice. Big Watch Dude, what's up? I see you in the chat. See you in the building. About to get off here in a minute. Another Solana play here. Yeah, this thing's pumping nice. Started to pull back just a little bit. What you would expect after a big old move up like that. But yeah, 3.5 million. Still low market cap. So a $3.5 million project, anywhere you get in it is probably a good entry. You know, if you're gonna hold it long term. Big Watch Dude. Yeah. So Glenn, I'll look at that contract address, and on Wednesday we'll bring her on up and we'll see what we're doing, brother. We'll see what it looked like. But I'm gonna get off here real quick. Got some payroll to do. Got a really busy day today, so I'm gonna get off of here real quick. Hey guys, enjoy this damn market, man. And like I said, if you've been with us and you've been hanging and you've been buying your crypto all the bear market, guess what? You're in red. I mean, you're in green. You should be in green. You should not be in red. Your portfolio should not be in red if you've been hanging with us for 3.5 years in this bull market. Your portfolio should not be in red. If it is, you did something wrong. And that's okay, because now it's time to fix it. But here we are, right? We are in altcoin season. Is this the altcoin season that we've all been waiting for? Let's wait and see. But we are definitely in altcoin season, and this is where you better have your profit-taking strategy in line, ready to go. And when you hit your numbers, you do what you said you were going to do. Just do it. Don't round trip these things, guys. Don't get caught holding the bag. Don't round trip them. Don't hold them all the way up and hold them all the way down. Get you a strategy. Take your profits. Sit back. Wait for this market to pull back a little bit if it does. And then you can go back in and you have that dry powder on the side. But do not get caught holding the bag. Have your strategy. And nobody can tell you whether your strategy is right. And nobody can tell you whether your strategy is wrong. That strategy works for you. And that's all that matters, right? So you make sure that, just make sure you have one, right? Just make sure you have one, because if this thing goes, it's going to go. And if you're not ready for it to go, you're going to be looking at your bags. You're going to be smiling. You're going to be looking at that money. You're going to be like, damn, look at this. Look at this. If I could just get another 2x on this, another 2x on that. And guess what? Before you know it, the market's going to get away from you. It's going to come all the way back down, and you will have seen $1 million in your wallet, but you will still have been a crypto thousandaire. So have your profit-taking strategy ready to go, and don't let anybody make you feel bad about taking profits. I don't care if it's in an altcoin. I don't care if it's in a meme coin. I don't care if it's in a low market cap token. I don't care what it's in. If it's your strategy, it's your strategy. And if it's time to sell, it's time to sell. So with that, guys, we up out of here. We'll be back at you guys on Wednesday. We'll be doing this thing again. Let's pump this damn market. Let's get this damn thing moving, and let's go. Let's do this thing. And you guys should be excited about where we are right now. And hey, guys, have a great day. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday. We out of here. Bye.